Greetings to all. Welcome to Future of this Academy. Today we are going to see the daily current affairs of August 7. So today we are going to discuss the topics of Bangladesh students ask UNES to lead for now and from hope to disappear. So these two comes under GS, two people under international relations. So we'll be having these two topics in the same thing. Next, judicious use of sucralose as sugar substitute helps diabetics study. So which we have to know under prelims perspective. Next, significance of Tej. So this also comes under prelims perspective. Next, earthquake 2500 years ago abruptly changed Ganga river course. So this comes under GS1 geography. Next, Boch wetland editorial analysis, and finally we'll be seeing the international organization topic. So today our first topic is about Bangladesh students ask UNES to lead for now and from hope to disappear. These are the two topics we are going to discuss today. First, we have to know about the news. So, Bangladesh students leading anti-government protests have proposed Nobel laureate Mohammad Yunus to head an interim government following Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina resignation. Yunus has agreed to take on the role, aiming to stabilize the country and oversee fresh elections amid ongoing political turmoil and public unrest. Now we have to know about who is Mohammad Yunus. So he is a Bangladeshi social entrepreneur, was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 2006 for his pioneering work in microfinance. He is the best known for founding the Grameen Bank in 1983, which provides small loans to improvised individuals, primarily women, without requiring collateral. This innovative approach has empowered millions, fostering economic development and self-sufficiency in developing countries. Yunus' model of microcredit has been widely adopted, transforming lives and influencing global financial systems. His work extends beyond microfinance, advocating for social business and sustainable development. Yunus' contributions have significantly impacted poverty alleviation efforts, earning him global recognition and accolades. Next, Muhammad Yunus and Amritya Sen. So, Muhammad Yunus and Amritya Sen collaborated on various social and economic issues, notably in promoting the concept of social business and poverty alleviation. Both have significantly influenced the discourse on development economics, with Yunus focusing on microfinance and Sen on capabilities and welfare economies. Their combined efforts have advanced understanding and strategies for addressing global poverty. Next, why Hasina's fall was not a surprise. The first thing is long-standing, long-standing discontent. Next, authoritarian drift, authoritarian drift, and finally the historical context. So these three are the basic things for the Hasina's fall become a not surprise one. Under the long-standing discontent, widespread of protest against Sheikh Hasina's government has been brewing over issues like a controversial quota system for government jobs, indicating significant public discontent. In authoritarian drift, it says that Hasina's government has been accused of suppressing opposition and civil society through measures like Digital Security Act, which has been used to harass critics and journalists. In historical context, since gaining independence 1971, Bangladesh has experienced several military coups, political assassinations, and periods of military rule, including the killing of Hasina's father, Mujibur Rahman, in 1975. So now what are the five challenges beyond this 1971? The challenges are engagement with opposition, managing regional rivalries, historical narratives, economic stability, recognition of local agency. So these are those five challenges. Now what India must prepare for now? So diplomatic strategy first of all. Diplomatic strategy. In diplomatic strategy, India needs to develop proactive diplomatic strategy to engage with the new government in Bangladesh while advocating perceptions of interference. Next, the security concept. Security concerns. So in security concerns, India must be vigilant about border security and the potential resurgence of anti-Indian activities, especially if the new governmental leans towards Pakistan or China. Next, economic engagement. Economic engagement. So, strengthening economic ties and leveraging people to people connections will be essential for maintaining a positive relationship with Bangladesh, regardless of political changes. Next is learning from past experience. Learning from past experience. So, in this, India should draw lessons from its past experience with political transitions in the region, such as in Afghanistan, to navigate the current situation effectively. And finally, the collaborative approach. In collaborative approach, working with international partners, including the US and Gulf nations, will be important to address the challenges posed by political shift in Bangladesh and ensure regional stability. So with this, we have the UPSC mains question which have been asked in previous year 2013. Critically examine the compulsions which prompted India to play a decisive role in emergence of Bangladesh. So you can practice on this question. So now we'll see the next topic, judicious use of sucralose as sugar substitute helps diabetes study. So we have to know about news in first. The news provides insight into the study that contrasts with recent WHO recommendation against non-nutritive sweeteners. A study conducted in India, the research evaluates sucralose impact on individuals with type 2 diabetes. So revealing potential benefits such as improved body merits about affecting glucose levels, challenging prevailing negative views on artificial sweeteners. A recent India study investigated the effect of replacing sucrose with sucralose in coffee and tea on individuals with type 2 diabetes, that is T2D, called as generally. The study titled Effect of Replacing Sucrose in Beverages with a Non-Nutritive Sweetener sucralose on cardiometabolic risk factors among Asian Indian adults with type 2 diabetes. A 12-week randomized controlled trial was published in Diabetes Therapy in late July. Conducted over 12 weeks, the trial involved 210 patients with T2D divided in the intervention group using sucralose and a control group continuing sucrose use. Primary outcomes focused on changes in HB ALC levels showing no significant difference between groups. Secondary outcomes indicated slight improvements in body weight, BMI, and waist circumference for the sucralose group. The study led by Dr. B. Mohan aimed to address concerns about artificial sweeteners amidst WHO warnings against non-nutritive sweeteners, that is NNS, for non-diabetics. Dr. Mohan emphasized the benefits of NNS in reducing caloric intake without impacting glucose control, countering negative publicity against sweeteners. Further researchers plan to explore sucralose safety and efficiency. Now we have to know about this sucralose. So it is an artificial sweetener used as sugar substitute. It is approximately 600 times sweeter than sucrose, that is table sugar, chemically derived from sugar by substituting chlorine atoms. It is not caloric and does not raise blood sugar levels commonly found in products like diet sodas, sugar-free gum, and baked goods. It is heat stable, making it suitable for cooking and baking. This sucralose is generally recognized as safe, such as grass by FDA. Some studies suggest it may impact gut bacteria, but evidence is mixed. It is excreted unchanged in the urine. It has long shelf life and is highly soluble in water. So with this, we have the UPSC prelims question which have been asked in previous year 2011. Aspartame is an artificial sweetener sold in market. It consists of amino acids and provides calories like other amino acids. Yet it is used as low-calorie sweetening agent in food items. What is the basis of this use? So here the answer is D. Aspartame is several times sweeter than the table sugar. Hence food items made them small quantities aspartame yield fewer calories on oxidation. So that's all from this topic. Now we'll move on to the next topic, significance of Tej. The Tej is celebrated as a time of spiritual devotion and renewal coinciding with the monsoon season, lush greenery. It underscores the importance of martial bonds and personal commitment through rituals and fasting. The festival connects with themes of nature, vitality, and enduring faith in relationships and personal growth. Tej is a festival deeply rooted in Hindu mythology and is closely related to the worship of goddesses Parvati and her union with Lord Shiva. It signifies devotion, martial bliss, and power of penance. The festival primarily focuses in the bond between husband and wife, with married women observing fast and rituals for the prosperity and longevity of their husband, while single women pray for suitable life partner. Tej also celebrate the monsoon season, symbolizing fertility and renewal. The lush greenery during their period is commemorated, reflecting the abundance and vitality of nature. The festival involves various rituals, including fasting, chanting hymns, and storytelling about Parvati's devotions and trials. So, with this, we have the UPSC prelims question which have been asked in the year 2017. Consider the following past traditions and communities. So, we have Chaliha Sahib festival, which is celebrated by the Sindhis. Next, Nanda Raj Yad Yatra Gons, Vari Barkari Santals. So, which of the pairs given above is are correctly matched? Here the answer is A. Only one pair is correct. So, now we'll move on to the next topic. Earthquake 2500 years ago abruptly. So we have to know about the news first. A 2024 study revealed that the ancient Ganges River avulsion 2500 years ago was triggered by major earthquake. Sand dikes formed by liquefaction provided evidence highlighting the devastating potential of earthquakes to cause river shifts and severe flooding exacerbated by climate change and human activities. Now, what are the key findings of the study of 2024 on river avulsion and the earthquakes? The first thing is discovery of an ancient river avulsion. So, a recent study focused on Ganges Delta in Bangladesh revealed that the Ganga River abruptly changed its courses about 2500 years ago. The significant river avulsion was identified through an examination of an ancient paleo channel and two large and dikes discovered nearby. Next is evidence of earthquake. Evidence of earthquake-induced avulsion, that sand dikes formed by liquefaction, a process where sediments flow like a liquid due to earthquake disturbance, provided evidence of the major earthquake occurring around the same time as the river avulsion. Optically stimulated luminances dating of mineral samples from the paleo channel and sand dikes confirmed, and both events occur simultaneously. Next, the implications for earthquake and river dynamics. So the study highlights that the large earthquakes can cause significant river avulsion, an impact that may be more devastating than previously understood. So historically, avulsions have led severe flooding, and such events are especially hazardous in densely populated regions like the Ganges, Meghna, Brahmaputra Delta. Next, the future risk. Future risk and considerations is the potential for earthquake-induced river avulsions is compounded by factors such as rapid subsidence, widespread embankments, rising sea levels, and extreme weather events linked to climate change. Next, the preparation and coordination. So effective risk management requires collaborative efforts among India, Bangladesh, and Myanmar for research, monitoring, and preparedness. Understanding the preparing for the risk of earthquake-induced avulsions are crucial for mitigating future impacts on vulnerable regions. Next, river avulsion. So it is the sudden and rapid shift of a river course, often due to natural events like earthquake or flooding. This process can alter river system dramatically, leading to significant challenges and sediment deposition and land use. And finally, we have to know about optically stimulated luminance. Optically stimulated luminance dating. So optically stimulated luminance dating measures the amount of trapped electrons in mineral grains such as quartz or feldspar to determine the time since they were last exposed to sunlight or heat. When these grains are buried, they accumulate radiation-induced energy. By shining blue light on the grains, the trapped electrons are released, emitting light that measured to estimate the age of the sample. This method is useful for dating sediments. So with this, we have the previous year question paper which have been asked in prelims question 2023. Consider the following statement. In a seismograph, P waves are recorded earlier than the S waves. In P waves, the individual particle vibrate to and fro in the direction of wave propagation, whereas S waves, the particles vibrate up and down at right angles to the direction of wave propagation. Which of the statements given above is correct? The answer is C. So, both the statements are correct. Our next topic is about Boj wetland. The Madhya Pradesh State Wetland Authority has reported the Boj wetland in Bhopal is not at risk of being removed from the Ramsar Convention list of important international wetlands. So we have to know about Boj wetland. So Boj wetland is located in the center of Bhopal districts in Madhya Pradesh. The wetland includes two man lakes, the upper lake and the lower lake. Since August 2002, they have been recognized as wetland of international importance under Ramsar Conservation. The upper lake, created by King Boj in 11th century, is one of the oldest large man-made lakes in central India. It was formed by building an earthen dam across Kolans River, which used to tributary of the Halali River. Now the upper part of the Kolans River and the Bojtal drain into the Kalyasot River through a diversion channel. Badata Dam, built in 1965, controls the outflow of the Kalyasot River. The lower lake was created in 1794 by Nawab Choti Khan to beautify the city. It also earthen dam and drains in Halali River through the lower part of Kullens River, now called as Patra Drain. Both the Kalyasat and Halali rivers flow in the Bedwa River. So with this, we have the previous year question paper which have been asked in prelims 2018. Which one of the following is an artificial lake? So the answer is A. Kodaikanal, Tamil Nadu. Our next topic is editorial analysis. Today our editorial topic is counting the poor having nutritional deficiency. So the National Sample Survey Office released a report based on the Household Consumption Expenditure Survey for 2022 to 23, along with the unit level data on household consumption expenditure now available to the public. The HCES collected data on quantities of food items consumed by household and total value of consumption for both food and non-food items. The analysis converts the qualities of consumed food items into their total calorific value and compares it with average per capita daily calorie requirements. Here, what does the recent NSSO report tells us? The report utilizes various definitions of poverty established by past committees with a poverty line being anchored to caloric norms of 2,400 calories for rural and 2,100 calories for urban areas as per the Lakdawala Committee. The Rangarajan Committee approach considers broader narrative levels including non-food expenses. The average per capita calorie requirement is estimated at 2,172 calories for rural and 2,135 kilocalories for urban populations. The report highlights that the average per capita calorie intake for the poorest segments falls significantly below these requirements, indicating nutritional deficiencies. The total monthly per capita consumption expenditure thresholds are set at 2,197 for rural and 3,077 for urban areas, with the proportions of the population identified as poor being 17.1% in rural and 14% in urban context. If non-food expenditures for the poorest 10% are considered, these thresholds rise, increasing the proportion of the deprived. Next, the defining poverty and measuring nutrition. So defining the poor is various government committees such as Ladakwala Tendulkar, Rangarajan have defined the poor as persons below the poverty line, a monetary threshold based on household monthly per capita consumer expenditure. Now, the calorie norms and poverty line. The Lakdawala Committee anchored the poverty line basket to calorie norms, that is 2,400 kilocalories per capita per day for rural areas and 2,100 kilocalories per capita per day for urban areas. The Tendulkar Committee did not use a calorie norm, while the Rangarajan Committee considered adequate nourishment, clothing, house, rent, conveyance, education, and other non-food expenses. Now, what are all the methodologies seen here? The methodologies are calorie requirement calculation and data arrangement. The minimum expenditure for healthy life we need is average per capita expenditure and the state specific thresholds. In the proportion of poor and nutritional deficiency, we have to know about proportion of the poor and calorie intake or shortfall. Now, what are all the causes of the poverty in the India? So the causes of poverty in India are first the population explosion, low agricultural productivity, inefficient resource utilization, low rate of economic development, price rise, unemployment, lack of capital and entrepreneurship, social factors, colonial exploitation, climate factors. So these are all the causes of poverty in India. Next, what is the poverty elevation programs have been seen in India? The poverty elevation programs are integrated rural development program. Next, Jawahar Rozar Yojana, Jawahar Rozar Yojana or Jawahar Gram Samriddhi Yojana. Next, the rural housing or Indra Awas Yojana. Next, food for work program, food for work program, national old pension scheme, national old age pension scheme. Next, Annapurna scheme, Annapurna scheme. Next, Sampurna Gramin Rozar, Sampurna Gramin Rozar Yojana. And the next, MG Narega program. And the next, National Rural Livelihood Mission, that is Ajveka, National Urban Livelihood Mission, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. These are some of the poverty elevation programs seen in India. So our next topic is about international organization. Under that, we are going to see United Nations. First, we are going to see what is United Nations. It is an international organization founded in 1945. It is currently made in 193 member states. Its mission and work are guided by the purpose and principles contained in the founding charter and implemented by its various organs and specialized agencies. Its activities include maintaining international peace and security, protecting human rights, delivering humanitarian aid, promoting sustainable development, and upholding international law. Now, what are all the UN has four main purposes. So to keep peace throughout the world, to develop friendly relations among nations, to help nations work together to improve lives of poor people, to conquer hunger, disease and illiteracy, and to encourage respect for each other's rights and freedoms, to be center for harmonizing the actions of nations to achieve these goals. So these are the four main purpose of UN. Now, organs of United Nations. The main organs of United Nations are General Assembly, the Security Council, the Economic and Social Council, Economic and Social Council, Trustship Council, International Court of Justice, International Court of Justice, and the UN Secretariat. So these are the some of the organs of UN. All were established in 1945 when the UN was founded. In that first we are going to see United Nations General Assembly. So the General Assembly is the main deliberative policy making and representative organ of the UN. All the 193 member states of the UN were represented in the General Assembly, making it only UN body with universal representation. So each year in September, the full UN membership meets the General Assembly Hall in New York for annual General Assembly session and general debate, which many heads of state attend and address. So decision on other questions are simple majority. The President, the General Assembly, is elected each year by Assembly to serve a one-year term of offices. The six main committees are under this are draft resolutions can be prepared for General Assembly in by these six main committees. First, the disarmament and international security, economic and financial, social, humanitarian and cultural, special political and decolonization, administrative and budgetary, and finally the legal. Our next UN organ is Security Council. It has primary responsibility under UN Charter for maintenance of international peace and security. The Security Council is made up of 15 member states consisting of 5 permanent members. China, France, Russia and United Kingdom and the United States, and the 10 non-permanent members elected for 2-year terms by General Assembly on regional basis. Veto powers refers to the power of the permanent member to veto, that is reject, any resolution of the Security Council. The unconditional veto possessed by 5 governments has been seen as the most undemocratic charter of the UN. The United States refused to join the United Nations in 1945 unless it given as veto. The absence of United States from the League of Nations contributed to ineffectiveness. So, remaining organs will be continuing in our next video. With this, we have a previous year question paper which have been asked in 2022 in prelims regarding the United Nations General Assembly. Consider the following statements. The UN General Assembly can grant observer status on the non-member states. Intergovernmental organization can seek observer status in the UN General Assembly. Permanent observers in UN General Assembly can maintain missions at the UN headquarters. Which one of the following statements have been given above is correct? So here the answer is D, 1, 2 and 3. All the 3 statements are correct. So to read this document, you can visit our website. Our website link have been provided in the description. To get more daily current affairs videos, follow our YouTube channel, also our Telegram channel. Thank you.